Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chandra and I make videos about reading, writing, and all things books. Today's video is 22 goals for 2022. These will be 22 things that are already on my list of 300 things, but I'm specifically focusing these towards writing. So these are some of my goals for my writing progress for 2022. Number 1, I want to do NaNoWriMo again. I really enjoy NaNoWriMo. I'm going to pace myself differently, but that is one of my primary objectives. Number 2, I also plan to do April Camp Nano. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I want to make that part of my regular writing practice. Number 3, I also want to do July Camp Nano because I did all of them in 2021. They went really well. They helped me meet my goals. So I think, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Number 4, I'm also going to do WorldEmber. I've been learning a lot about world building through the process. It asks great questions. It inspires me to do more. And I have a lot of projects in my backlog that I'd like to get to. What better way than to have motivation and be doing it with a bunch of other people? Will be a lot of fun. Number 5, I want to shoot for outlining 12 projects next year. I do enjoy outlining in general, and as I'm refining my process, I find it helpful to do a really immersive take on it for a year. So this year in 2021, my immersive process was specifically on drafting, which is why my objective was to draft 4 books this year. So I'm stepping back as far as how many books I draft in a year, but I would like to increase the number of books that I outline in general. And even though I'm not going to write necessarily all of those books or all of those projects, it helps me to determine what projects I should put more energy into based off of how the outlining goes. Number 6, I've already surpassed this goal in 2021, but I'm setting a higher goal for 2022, which is I want to read 75 books. For 2021, my goal was 52 books, and I blew that out of the water. I think I'm at 78, maybe 80 at this point, and why not? Number 7, I want to draft 3 books. In 2021, the objective was drafting 4. I found that to be a lot, especially since my manuscripts are getting longer. It was too much. And the pacing was daunting, and I was/am exhausted by the end of it, and I'm still not quite done with the goal. So I think it warrants some adjustment there. Number 8, numbers are hard. I want to edit 2 books. And I know it sounds like I'm increasing the work that I'm doing, and I am, but the way that I plan to stage it and pace it is going to be different. So I'm challenging myself, yes, but in different ways. And number 9, I want to read 4 craft writing books. I think it's important to continue to expand my information and my knowledge of the way that a lot of other people, especially wonderful writers, do their writing. And I want to continue to expand on that and learn more about that so that I can implement the things that work for me and find out, just general views that have worked for a lot of people. So I want to put special emphasis on that. Number 10, I want to do 2 masterclasses, 2 writing masterclasses. These can be either virtual, in person, or pre-recorded, but I wanted to be clear about what that looked like because I think on my goals previously, I just had to do some masterclasses, and I had in my mind, even though I didn't write this down, in my mind I had that as going somewhere and going to a workshop or something like that. And so I wanted to be clearer about the goal so that I can actually achieve it and feel like I've achieved the goal when I do it. Number 11, I wanted to take a creative vacation. I did that in 2021 and I found it really helpful. I went away for 4 days and I didn't write, except for I think the last day I wrote a little bit on the way back because I had already scheduled to be on a live stream. But other than that, I didn't write for the whole weekend and it was really refreshing. I read a lot and I took a lot of naps and I definitely needed it. Number 12, I want to go on a writing retreat. I didn't get to do that in 2021, but it was on my list, and I think I need to prioritize that even more. I think it would be really helpful, and it's always good to connect with other writers. Number 13, I want to change my practice and start doing PrepTember. One of the things that I learned in 2021 was that the pacing at which I was writing did not work for me. So in 2022, I plan to expand the time that I'm writing from 1 month to 2 months. I'll still be participating in camp and NaNo, but instead of starting my NaNo in November, I want to start in October, which means I'll be prepping in September. But what that'll mean is that my goal will be bigger overall, but I'll still be doing the 50,000 words in NaNoWriMo. So if I'm writing, a 60 to 70,000 word project, I'm going to start that in October and finish it in November, with the bulk of the words happening in November. I'm also going to be doing this for April and July camp, which means in April, I should be drafting April, May, and then July, it'll be July, August. So those will be it'll be 3 2-month blocks in which I plan to do all of my drafting. Number 15, I want to try a random new art form just to expand my hobby, not necessarily hobbies, but just to try new creative processes and see what I enjoy. I did that this year. I did some crafting with resin, which I really enjoyed. And I just want to, continue to get there and try something else. One thing I've always wanted to try is pottery making. So who knows, maybe I'll get into that. Number 16, I want to write more poetry. I would like to do 6 for the year. I've done some this year, and it's been something that I've always done, but I would like to put special emphasis and pay more attention to that in general. Number 17, I'd like to be a bit more intentional about finding a writing mentor or a mentorship program. I did have that on my goal list for 2021, and it didn't exactly happen in the way that I thought it was. A lot of that was becoming part of the Authortube community, but I think I'd like to be a little bit more specific about it and find someone to mentor me in the specific genres that I'm interested in and that I primarily write, which is historical fiction, fantasy, and science fiction. So someone in any one of those areas, I think that would be ideal, just to help me grow, expand, and learn a bit more targeted for my genre. So number 18 is take a writing workshop. This is different from the Masterclasses because Masterclasses, I feel like it's more of a lecture style versus the workshop where you're actually working with other people, you're reading for other people are reading for you, you're getting feedback, you're writing in the class setting. I've never done that before, and I would really like to do that at least once. Number 19, I'd like to beta read 1 book. I had that on my list, and I think I beta read 2 or 3 projects, and I'm still working on a book. I didn't do any books, and I would like to do an entire book. I think that would be a good experience for me. But I also wanted to break that down and be a little bit more specific about what that looks like. So number 20 is that I would actually like to beta read 2 projects, which is separate from the book. So 1 book and 2 projects. I don't know how long the lengths of those projects specifically, but they wouldn't be full-length books. And the book doesn't count towards the 2 projects. Number 21, I'd like to write 6 short stories. This is different because at the time that I created most of this list, I wasn't writing flash fiction regularly. And although flash fiction could count, I had already been writing flash fiction, and now that I'm part of the Flash Fiction Live project with Natalie Locke, I am more consistent about writing flash fiction, but flash fiction and short stories are a little bit different. So I would like to get into writing short stories that are a bit long form, and they will be more than 1,000 words, whereas flash fiction is specifically less than 1,000 words, or 1,000 words or less. Number 22, I would like to write 12 book reviews. I did a lot more writing book reviews in the beginning of 2021, and I met my goal as far as how many book reviews I wanted to write, but I'd like to be a bit more intentional about writing reviews and read more books that inspire me to write reviews. A lot of the books that I've read throughout 2021 haven't drawn any strong conflict out of me, and that's where I usually write reviews, is when I have strong opinions about something. So there you have it. Those are my 22 goals for 2022. I will continue to expand on this process. I've been really enjoying it. I think it's helped bring a lot more clarity. And as I said, these come out of my 300 things, which is another video that's upcoming. And yeah, so this will be my second book on This will be my second video on 300 things, which is coming later on this month. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this content was helpful for you. I'd love to hear what your goals are, or if you have a specific goal setting process, feel free to leave it down below in the comments and I will have a look at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.